This is Short Story Long with Pawi Balfour. Pawi is an English-speaking coach who encourages her students to speak English with confidence. Do not be afraid of making mistakes and try to learn from those mistakes while speaking. This is a short story podcast that has been extended as the conversation goes on. It is raw, it is real, it is short story long. Hi, I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode. This week, we are going to hear more from Fang. I had a chance to talk to her more about how she has been improving her English skills and since when did she start learning English. And then we are going to talk a little bit about her business and find out what did she learn from this podcast. What I want you guys to know is that it is not too late to start. And as soon as you get it started and keep going, keep using English in your everyday life, in your everyday activities, that is when you can start improving and then you will be able to see results. As Fang here today, we are going to hear some of her tips and tricks on how she keeps improving her English skills. I hope you guys enjoy her stories and let's hear from Fang. So, what do you do right now? What do you do? Like, what kind of job do you do? Are you just a student?
So I'm bored. Before I get the scholarship at Tech, I decided to be a business woman to do jewelry stuff. Then my dad told me that it could be better to do PhD because you did master there, and then in your job as well you are research assistant.
Yeah, because most Thai people would be like, what's the point of doing a master if you're not doing a PhD?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And then what's the point of doing a bachelor if you're not doing a master?
Yeah.
Endless question.
And then my dad asked me to apply here. But I mean, I'm okay to apply here. And then I'm thinking to do PhD as well because when I'm doing master and then I continue to be research assistant in the field of science, I need to know more. I don't know what initiate me to know to lead me to know more.
So how did you get into science?
First, I would say like in high school, I studied in science math program, but in Thai program like normal Thai school.
Like a Thai curriculum.
Yeah, but actually they are good in English as well because they are Catholic and then they teach.
Right. There's a name for Catholic schools to be very good at English, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
However, I'm really bad at English.
Okay.
My grade is like 2.5, 2 for English.
Why did you hate it?
I don't know. I mean, I choose science math to get away from English. However, I cannot get. I mean, I cannot.
Try to change the tense.
Change. Yeah.
So you couldn't make good grades on English.
Yeah, exactly. And then
is it because of teachers? I don't know.
No, teacher is really nice. They are really nice.
So you were the problem.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. I would say teacher really nice. They are really nice on me. They try to teach me. They try to. I mean, they treat me as a friend.
Okay.
And I know all English teacher. And I would say that they love me.
Okay.
So it's not because of teacher, but it might be because of myself. My my thing that I cannot get better on English. Then grade 11.
Grade 11 is like Moha, right?
Yeah, Moha. I'm thinking I have to improve. I mean, I'm good. I'm good in science and math. How about good at
science and math?
And how about English?
Yeah.
If I like to continue in science, for example, in engineer, scientist, or other stuff related to science, English is the main language that they use around the world because when they do the research, they publish in English. And
you realize then?
Yes, exactly.
Was that the time when you start learning English?
Exactly. At that time, I decided to go for international program in university. So I totally changed. I mean, I have to do both things at the same time. So I have to study in Thai languages.
During your high school?
And I have to buy a book.
You had to?
Yeah, I had to buy a book. No, not book. books for English, but study
like grammar.
Not grammar.
Just exercise books.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
So science book, for example, chemistry, physics, and biology.
Everything in English.
Yes, and I have to go back home and then study all English.
You taught yourself that.
Exactly.
That version.
Yep, and then when I took a tutorial class as well. So I went to the tutor, and then attend for English class in science.
That tutor taught in English or in Thai?
Actually, in English, as I remember.
Okay.
But not like actual English. Sometimes I don't understand, they translate into Thai.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. And after that, I took the grammar course, I took the speaking course.
But how did you just change your behavior of everything absolutely 100% Thai lessons and just one flip, and then you just consuming materials in English? So
after I got into bachelor degree, and I can go in the international program in chemistry.
You got accepted.
Yeah. I met many friends. They are really excellent in science and in English. So that's why my opinion have totally changed. That before I cannot be the best in both skill, because science and math and English is totally different.
Yeah.
But they are good at both things.
So how come you couldn't do it? That kind of thinking that was going through your
exactly.
head. All right.
And all my friends, they are really nice. They know that I'm from Thai program. And the first year that I come to, I got debating. I mean, I have
to debate.
Yes, exactly.
In science.
Not in science, in English class, because they have the English for science communication subject. And at that time, I have to get a score for debating.
Right, so you need credits in that subject, and you need to pass.
Yeah, and my friend helped me a lot, and I know that how come people can talk in English? And okay, I have to do it, and I start to change myself. And when I was in second year, I have to do the presentation as well.
You had to.
Yeah, I had to. I had to do the presentation as well, and actually, my friend helped me a lot as well, because they would like me to write a script, and then I had to talk without script. Yeah.
Right. So you draft what you were going to say first, and then on that day you had to basically talk without a script. Did you have to memorize it, or you just learn it by heart, or you would just improvise?
I can't improvise.
Okay.
Right now, I can't improvise as well. I mean, I can improvise sometimes, but not professional, because I have to work with my nerves as well. But at that time, I don't remember, but I remember all the keywords that I want to talk and practice a lot.
Right. Okay. Well, that's the most important thing. You need to know keywords, and sometimes people write in bullet points, and then they talk through it.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So, when did you start to realize that you are good at English?
No, I would say no.
Really?
I'm not. Right now, I don't realize that I'm good at in English.
You wouldn't say you're good at English.
Yes, because I found my mistake.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I can be good at English and I still make mistakes.
Right, and I would say that after I come back from Australia, I realized that, because I mean, in Australia, my professor always talked to me that I know that you can talk in English. I know that you can communication in English.
You can communicate in English.
And my professor always told me that you have to improve the English in academic way.
So it is always at the back of your head saying, Fang, you're not good enough.
No, yeah, exactly.
Right. So, and how did you how do you keep learning or improving? What do you do to improve your English?
You know the TED Talk?
Yeah.
I can do, I would say, 3 skills at the same time.
3 skills at the same time. What are they?
First, listening.
Mm-hmm.
You can practice listening directly.
Yeah.
Reading, because in every TED talk they have the script for you underneath.
Yeah, underneath in the description.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay.
And writing. When you listen, you read the script. And you write for your own idea.
You mean you write in your own words?
Exactly.
Like summarize the
Exactly.
talk. That is actually the tips that I have been telling my students to do the same, but some people find it really hard to listen and then to write about it. You know, but I know it takes time and eventually it would come out.
It could be take more than 1 hour to finish all 3 tasks. But
do you remember what was the first video in English that you see?
It might be the psychology
Video.
Yeah.
About what?
About, I mean, for the TED Talk, right? I mean, how to persuade people or how to encourage the people.
Right.
Because, I mean, I would like to get away from science stuff because I'm familiar with science stuff, but I'm not familiar with the psychology stuff.
But was it easy for you to move away from science and to consume general English content?
Not really hard. I mean, science is more like the wording and the tone of science, the tone of English, totally different in general. General is like you talk every day, you know the idea, you know how you communicate with the people.
Yeah.
But I mean, if in that particular field, in the deep field, I might not understand it because
I'm science.
No, in psychology stuff or.
Oh right, yeah. When it comes to like a specific skill or into like a deep, a very complicated. Sometimes, well, for me, I can speak general English. You know, I cannot go deep into psychology. I cannot go deep into science.
Yep.
Either field, no, both of them. So I could only have a general conversation. But for you, you could go deeper in science and research.
Yeah.
But you might not be able to touch the base, the root of psychology.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's too there would be a lot of
too complicated.
You know, specific words or technical words that we might not even understand what it means.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay, so what was the first English book that you read? Was it since you were grade 11, the science book?
Yeah, exactly. No. It's because I have English. I had a subject in secondary school. I had to read the book, which is the compulsory that I have to read the book.
Is it a novel, a literature?
Yes, exactly.
In English, do you remember the title?
I don't know the title, but I know the press that it's called Penguin.
Penguin, okay.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Penguin is a very good publisher for like stories in English for people who want to start reading. Yeah. The only literature that I remember that I read the very first time was probably The Great Gatsby.
Gatsby.
It was a film.
Yeah.
Yeah, years ago, but I read the book first. And do you like reading in general?
I write it.
You read a lot?
If I have some time, I read.
So do you prefer reading English books or Thai books?
English book.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, when I read the Thai books, I used to read English. I mean, I'm familiar with English for many years.
Yeah.
And then when I would like to get the content of the English, I skip the word. And then I know, okay, I said
in Thai language you can't.
I can't do.
You just have to read through, but really fast.
Yeah, exactly. In Thai language, you cannot skip any word because in each word, it feels like I don't know how describe it.
Right. Well, personally, I prefer reading English books, not because of how Thai books are like being written, but I tuned out really fast. You know, when I read Thai texts, I don't know why, but for me, if I could choose, I would read everything in English because, like, you and I have been like involving, you know, English into our lives. Like, I probably say 70% of the time it's English, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my next question is, who is your favorite English teacher?
Me.
You have many.
Yeah.
Okay, if you have to pick one, who would it be?
I would pick the person who not a native speaker.
Why not?
Because they know how to teach me in English if I'm not a native speaker.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah. Because most people would say, you know, like most parents, I think would say, oh, if my children would have to learn English, definitely learn with native speakers. Yeah. But the truth is, if you're learning with native speakers, they were born with English. They wouldn't understand how to change from one language to another, or what are the difficulties that the kids might have to learn another language.
Because I talked to my professor who are native speaker, they are 100% Australian, and they told me that they cannot teach English.
Why not?
Because they used to talk to use English, and they don't know why we have to use this, why we have to.
They couldn't explain why.
No, they can't. They can't.
I know, and then it surprises me because when people who are not native English are not native, they could explain why.
Yes, exactly.
Because they know all the grammar rules and everything.
Yeah.
When I was trying to talk to Johnny about, like, this is adjective, you know, it has to come, like, you know, this cannot be used as noun.
Yeah.
And Johnny like, what is adjective? And then I was like, okay, well, years ago, before I started to teach English, I don't know what adjective is. I know nouns and verbs. I don't know adjective and adverb. I was like, oh, adverb's supposed to explain verb. Because I only know I only know that I can use it, but I don't know how and why it was like that. Yeah, so that must be the problem that most native speakers have.
And it could be for example, if we are Thai, and you want to talk, you want to learn English, we have to find another people who are not Thai and not native speaker in English. For example.
Right, so not in your mother language neither.
Exactly, because they try to communicate you in English, and when they use English, it's the right way how to use English because they are the teacher and they know all the grammar. When they talk to you in English, you remember everything in English in the right way.
Right. Well, I never thought of that actually. Yeah.
Because when I took English course in Australia, my teacher are Spanish.
Okay.
Not Spanish, I would say South America. Colombia. They're from Colombia. And her English in IELTS might be reached to 8 or 8.5 something. And she really good in English. She really good in grammar. She really good at grammar. So she know how to teach. And I like it.
Yeah, because she knew how she learned it, and then she would teach you how she learned it.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, I totally agree with that. So next would be, what is your suggestion, to people who are trying to improve their English, especially for Thai people?
Don't give up.
Why not? You know, like,
English
not many people in Thailand would speak to me in English, so why should I keep learning?
English is for yourself. If you try hard, you practice a lot. Everything is come to your skill. It's not for other people. You have to concern yourself.
But if I try to learn and then I cannot use it anywhere else.
And how about in the future? You don't know.
That's true.
You don't know. For myself, when I was grade 10, I don't know how to use English. until I have to use it.
Mm-hmm.
And it might be too late if I'm not learned at that time.
If you didn't start to learn, right? Yeah, I mean that's true, because most people would struggle with the external factors. Like nobody to speak English with me, nobody to listen to me. You listen to yourself. You speak to yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
You practice by yourself, right? So, what's the best tip for you to improve English, and you think that other people could apply?
My best tip: when you talk in Thai, even no one wants to talk with you, come back to yourself, and then try to communicate to yourself in English. It's the same sentence as when you talk to the people. Is it the best tip?
Why is that?
Because when you're thinking in Thai, and then you try to communicate as the same sentence, but still have a tone in English, not Thai tone. I mean tone in language is mean
like structure.
Yeah, the structure, not like pronunciation.
Right. When you speak English, do you think in Thai still, or do you think in English now?
I'm thinking in English. When I talk to you right now, I'm thinking in English.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking in any Thai.
Yeah, because your brain would have to switch. The brain cannot just like perceive things in English and translate into Thai and then think about the response in Thai and then trying to speak English.
Yeah, exactly.
There are more steps instead of just receive in English, think in English, and reply in English.
Yeah.
Right? But it takes time to be able to practice that.
And when I was in convent, in Catholic
school. At a Catholic school,
my English teacher would like us to have like the role play in front of the people. And at that time, we have to improvise.
Yeah.
And it's improved our English skill a lot.
Yeah, definitely, because improvisation is like a daily life conversation.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, we have to write the script or maybe dialogue.
And you couldn't follow it.
No, we just know the structure. Okay, we have to go this way. We have to go this way, and we have to act like this.
Yeah.
But after that, when we go in front of the class, we improvise.
Well, it was fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you enjoy that? Did you feel scared at all?
I feel nervous. But I mean, I told myself that we are friends.
Yeah.
But we have to scare. We just act and make them fun.
Right. Okay. Last question for today. If not English, which language would you choose to master?
Chinese, Mandarin.
Mandarin. Why?
I used to study 3 languages at the same time. I can speak Mandarin a little bit. But right now, Chinese people are around the world. And
that's true, yeah.
They are not talking in English.
Why not?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, they used to stay together and then they talk in Mandarin.
Yeah, all they have to do is to increase their population in the world, and then everybody will be forced to use Chinese, isn't it?
It's the same as English before. I mean, in England, they try to increase their population.
Yeah, and they sent missionary to different countries.
Yes, exactly. It's the same method that Chinese doing right now. But instead of send missionary, but they send the people. Right.
That's a very good idea. So talking about your business a little bit, can you tell me about it?
Yes. Doing in jewelry, fine jewelry stuff, which is made with silver, gold, pink gold, and white gold, and based on the precious stone, and also semi-precious stone. So precious stone we divided like in terms of the hardness of the stone. For example, ruby, sapphire, and two of things. Also diamond. These 3 are precious stone, but
precious stones.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the precious stone is topaz, amethyst. Got it?
I only know ruby and diamond. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So many people just know. I mean, especially for Thai people, they know just ruby and sapphire and diamond.
Right.
These three are basic stuff that they start to buy a jewelry.
So and how can people buy it from your shop?
I'm doing online. I'm start with everything online.
How long have you been doing this now?
2 years. Oh no, almost 2 years. Yeah, almost 2 years. So I would say 1 year and a half.
And I bet it is going from strength to strength, right?
Yes.
Right. So how can people find you?
By Facebook, Instagram, and Line.
3 channel.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So all the 3 channels, what do they have to search? What do they have to type in?
You can search Kongkamat Jewelry on Facebook.
Kongkamat, right? In Thai or in English?
In English.
Right. Okay.
Kongkamas. It's the combination between my surname and my girlfriend's surname.
Okay.
So
that's the name of your business.
Exactly. Kongka is mean river.
River, yeah.
And Mat in Thai is mean gold. So we combine together is mean the river of the gold, the river of the gold.
Or the golden river.
Yeah. And
the
not
river of the gold. 2 meanings. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Just before you go, I have a challenge.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is tongue twister. I want you to choose.
Oh.
I want you to choose one. Okay, this is tongue twister in English.
It's very hard for myself, tongue
I know,
twister.
I didn't tell you before, but I want you to give it a go. Okay? You don't have to go fast. You just have to make it clear with a perfect pronunciation. Okay? Well, I want you to pick first which one you want to do.
I would say we choose 2.
Number 2. Okay. Are you ready?
Yep.
Alright, then you can start.
Betty bought some butter, but she said the butter is bitter. If I put in my butter, I will make my butter bitter. But a bit of better butter will make my batter better. So it's better bread. Butter brought a bit of better butter.
Right. Was it difficult?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
I have to focus a lot. I mean, I have to see E-U-A. How can I pronounce it?
Yeah, because I would say, how did you say butter?
Butter.
Butter. Is
Butter.
it butter or butter?
Butter.
Because I couldn't differentiate between when you say butter and butter.
I have to say butter. Butter.
Well, British English would say butter, but Americans say butter. And butter. Butter. I don't know. Butter. So if I would have to choose the same one, I would say Betty Butter bought some butter. She said the butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. But a bit of better butter will make my batter better. So, what is that?
It was, I think.
So was better Betty Butter bought at a bit of better butter. Fail. Total fail. Epic failed. ได้เรียนรู้อะไรไปบ้าง
Tense, have had, good at.
ใช่ไหมเพราะว่า when you're talking about the past you need to change the tense because as a listener I was like so when did it happen is it like happening like now or is it something
exactly.
in the past and good at something
and might be because of when the listener cannot distinguish between have and had on myself. I might be the same when I pronounce it.
But then when you said you have, there's air coming out at the last last sound have, and had. Right.
And it is good on myself that I can know my mistake.
Okay. Right. Well, thank you very much, and I think we learned a lot from
Thank you.
Yeah, and hope to see you in the next episode. So that was my conversation with Fang. I hope you guys enjoy it and see you in the next episode.